Hello, hello. Welcome back. We are going to CAD Riveters CAD training number 9, revolve parts. And this one we're going to make a bearing. So you can see we have axles, but we don't have any. What are the wheels going to turn on? Well, we need some bearings to turn on. So let's jump in. So we're going to basically create a new part. We're going to save this. G2 wheel bearing. We're going to create a revolved part, and in this case I'm going to pick the XY plane. I'm going to come in and create a rectangle. I'm going to kind of offset this on purpose and set the edge to the origin. It's fighting me. Okay, I had to do the point. I tried to do the line, it wouldn't do it. In fact, that's what happened the last time. We're also going to create a center line. Come from the origin out. It doesn't matter, the length of the center line doesn't matter. All it does is it calls out and says this is the axis to revolve about. We're going to turn the center line off, and then now we're going to create two other lines. This is going to be a flanged bearing. So this little piece will stick out right here. So let's go through and split. And let's delete the extra pieces. And let's come in here and get some of this nailed down. This is actually a 1/16 of an inch wide, and the overall bearing is 5/16. You can get this information, by the way, from whoever you purchase the bearings from. So I'm going to touch the line, touch the center line, come over. The ID on this bearing is a 1/2 inch. The OD, or the surface that's actually pressed in surface, is 1 1/8, 1.125. Uh-oh, look at that. That part moved down. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to grab this line or this point on the end. I'm going to drag that up. Sometimes you have to hit escape. It's a little bit tricky sometimes to get in there and get it to move. And now what we're going to do is set this edge on the outside to 1.225. That was not in the bearing book. I actually went and grabbed the bearing from the back and dimensioned it. Alright, so sketch looks pretty good. Everything's blue. Now what we're going to do is say revolve. This actually, it had the sketch, it found the center line, it found the profile, and just jumped right to filling everything together. If the section wasn't open or you were coming back on a sketch, you would have to click on profile, then click the profile, and then click the axis and click axis. So in this case, it looks pretty good. Let's go in and set this to steel. Now this is not totally accurate because inside of this bearing, there's space where the balls, on the races and the balls, so it will weigh a little bit less than this. Okay. We have everything, but not necessarily need chamfers. The reality is it's got a slight chamfer on it, maybe even a radius. However, for the design that we're doing, we don't need to be that accurate. So let's save this and check it in default. And congratulations, you have now created a standard 1/2 inch bearing, round bearing.